After paying for their tea, the six of them left the tea house and headed toward the Soto Great Spirit Arena. As they got closer, the sight of the Great Spirit Arena was even more astonishing. When Tang San and Xiao Wu first arrived in Soto City, they had not visited this part of the city, so they had not noticed such an imposing structure. The Soto Great Spirit Arena was oval-shaped, reaching a height of 120 meters. Inside, it was divided into a main arena and 24 subsidiary arenas, capable of accommodating 60,000 spectators simultaneously, including 100 VIP boxes. This was not only a place for spirit masters to compete and exchange experiences, but also a venue where various forces could showcase their power. As they walked towards the Great Spirit Arena, Flender explained some remaining details about the arena to Tang San and the others. Here, there were three types of combat: competition, which was sparring with no killing allowed; life and death combat, used to resolve irreconcilable disputes; and wager combat, where both parties would bet on the outcome. The Great Spirit Arena acted as the judge, with both sides sending an equal number of spirit masters to compete, and the winner would take everything. Wager combat was inherently life and death combat. Many nobles and clans often used this method to resolve significant conflicts. Competitions were also divided into three forms: 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and team battles. In team battles, the number of participants was negotiated, usually between 7 to 10 people according to the rules of the Great Spirit Arena. Entering the Great Spirit Arena, they first saw a massive stone monument inscribed with numerous names. Flender explained that these names belonged to those who had died in spirit fights. Registering for fights at the Great Spirit Arena was straightforward. They simply filled out a form with their name, age, place of birth, and spirit, and received an initial iron spirit badge. Registration also required a fee of 10 gold coins per person. Additionally, they underwent a spirit power test similar to the one at the Spirit Hall to determine their levels. Dai Mubai informed everyone that each time they came to participate in a spirit fight, they had to undergo a spirit power test to determine their opponents. Flender, naturally, did not cover their fees, so Tang San, Xiao Wu, and Zhu Zhuqing each completed their registrations. What impressed Tang San was that the registration staff showed no signs of disdain or surprise due to their young age. They maintained a professional demeanor and handled the process swiftly. This simple detail indicated that the Great Spirit Arena was no ordinary place. After registering, it was time to arrange the spirit fights. Flender led them to the sparring area of the arena, gave Dai Mubai a few instructions, and then headed into the arena himself. Dai Mubai informed Tang San and the others that in the Great Spirit Arena, only those with more than 5 consecutive wins, high-level spirit badges, or extremely high spirit master levels could compete in the main arena. As newcomers, they could only compete in the subsidiary arenas. Winning an iron spirit fight earned 10 gold coins, while losing yielded nothing. Soon, all 5 were assigned their matches. Since they came together, they were all placed in the 14th subsidiary arena of the sparring area. However, Dai Mubai's opponent was at the Spirit Elder level, while Tang San and the others were only facing Spirit Grandmaster level opponents. The entire Great Spirit Arena gave Tang San a dazzling impression. Each area was meticulously organized. The 24 subsidiary arenas were divided into different zones, including sparring and life and death zones. Each of these zones was further divided into 1-on-1, 2-on-2, and team battles, resulting in 6 separate stages in each subsidiary arena. According to Dai Mubai, all wager combats, regardless of level, took place in the main arena. The management of the Great Spirit Arena was highly coordinated, with different zones having different ticket prices. For instance, the 1-on-1 sparring matches in the subsidiary arenas, which Tang San and the others were about to participate in, had the cheapest tickets and the smallest audiences. The participating spirit masters were gathered in a spacious room to rest and wait for their turn. The arrival of Tang San and his group immediately drew the attention of other spirit masters. After all, they were quite young. However, while these spirit masters showed surprise, none of them mocked the newcomers. Everyone was meditating, trying to maintain their best condition for the upcoming fights. Xiao Wu, sitting next to Tang San, whispered, brother, I just asked Dai Mubai. Although each spirit master can only participate in one sparring match per day, they can compete in different types of fights simultaneously. Since we're both at level 29, it shouldn't be too hard to win. Why don't we also sign up for a 2-on-2 spirit fight? It might help us reach the required points sooner. What do you think? Tang San smiled slightly. No problem. We're here to improve our combat experience anyway. The more battles, the better. He then shared their idea with Dai Mubai, who had no objections and seemed reminded by their suggestion. He glanced at Zhu Zhuqing, but unfortunately, their spirits were not compatible for a 2-on-2 fight, so he had to give up. Dai Mubai said, As Xiao San, you take Xiao Wu to the 2-on-2 registration area. This side's matches should take a while. Tang San nodded. Before entering, he had already noted the location of the 2-on-2 registration area. He then led Xiao Wu away from the 1-on-1 area and headed toward the 2-on-2 registration area to sign up. The registration fee is 10 gold coins. If you win a match, you will receive a total of 10 gold coins. The staff member methodically collected the fee from Tang San and Xiao Wu. Since they had already registered their levels, they only needed to present their iron spirit badges, without filling out any additional forms. Please give your team a name. A name? Tang San and Xiao Wu exchanged a glance, realizing that both 2-on-2 and team battles required a team name for the arena host to introduce them. Tang San thought for a moment and said, let's call it the Sanwu team. He combined their names, thinking it wasn't very significant anyway. Okay, the Sanwu team has been registered. Their iron spirit badges now had the words Sanwu team engraved on them, but Wu Zhe had been mistakenly engraved as E5 Wu. Hey, this character is wrong. It's supposed to be Wu Wu, not 5 Wu, Xiao Wu said unhappily. The staff member replied coldly, you should have been clearer. To change the team name, you need to re-register your iron spirit badges, which will erase all your accumulated battle records. Just as Xiao Wu was about to lose her temper, Dai Mubai's voice suddenly called out, Xiao Wu, your 1-on-1 spirit fight is about to start. Hurry up. Tang San patted Xiao Wu's shoulder and said, let it be. Sanwu team or San5 team, it's just a name. Xiao Wu made a face at the staff member before running towards the 1-on-1 spirit fight area. In the 1-on-1 spirit fight area, matchups were determined by drawing lots. While other spirit masters were fighting, those waiting could either watch or rest. Each sub-arena had dedicated areas for participating spirit masters to watch the fights, located close to the stage. Xiao Wu was the first of their group to compete, so Tang San and the others naturally chose to watch. Led by the staff, they arrived at a special area below the audience stands, on the side of the stage, where they could see the entire stage clearly. Despite being a sub-arena, the stage was still quite large, with a diameter of 20 meters, providing ample space for the spirit masters to perform. Unfortunately, the audience in the 14th sub-arena's 1-on-1 area was sparse, with only about 1/5 of the seats occupied. On the stage, a middle-aged man in a tailcoat stood at the center. He cleared his throat and announced loudly, Next, we will have the first match in the 14th Spirit Fight Arena's 1-on-1 battles. The contestants are 2 Grandmaster Spirit Masters, Xiao Wu, a Battle Spirit Master with a Beast Spirit, the Soft Bone Rabbit, versus Qing Bao, also a Battle Spirit Master with a Beast Spirit, the Iron Horn Bull, who has won 2 consecutive matches. Will Grandmaster Qing Bao achieve his 3rd consecutive victory, or will newcomer Grandmaster Xiao Wu triumph? Let's find out. Now, let's welcome the 2 Grandmaster Spirit Masters to the stage. The sparse audience responded with a few scattered cheers, with some shouting Qing Bao's name. Most of them, however, seemed disinterested. A burly figure quickly stepped onto the stage. This man was about 2 meters tall, with broad shoulders and a thick back, his body covered in muscles like granite. His dark skin was taut with bulging veins, like small snakes across his bare chest. His large, bronze-like eyes glinted fiercely as he roared skyward, exuding a powerful aura. No doubt, he was a strength-type battle spirit master, similar to the immovable king Zhao Wuji. Ma Hongjun, sitting next to Tang San, whispered, That big guy looks pretty strong. Can your Xiao Wu handle him?" Tang San smiled calmly and said, Just watch. Xiao Wu's spirit abilities are somewhat vulnerable to strength-type spirit masters, but only if the opponent's strength is far superior to hers. At the same level, a strength-type spirit master is... Before he could finish, Xiao Wu, with her innocent and excited expression, had already jumped onto the stage. Wearing a white top and pink pants, her figure hadn't developed much yet, but her pretty, youthful face immediately drew the attention of many spectators. How old is this girl? Did the announcer say she's a grandmaster? That can't be right. Similar doubtful murmurs arose from the stands. Audiences typically sympathized with the underdog, and Xiao Wu's appearance won her more support compared to the iron-horned bull spirit master across from her. Qing Bao was also taken aback upon seeing Xiao Wu. In a gruff voice, he said, Little girl, are you in the wrong place? This isn't where you should be. Go home quickly. Xiao Wu smiled, and though she was only 12, her harmless smile had a strong impact, especially on simple-minded strength-type opponents like Qing Bao, triggering their protective instincts. Sister, get off the stage. It won't be good if you get hurt. Look at you, so delicate, Qing Bao said awkwardly, trying to make Xiao Wu give up. Xiao Wu frowned slightly and twisted her slender waist. Why are you talking so much? Hurry up and use your spirit. Don't blame me for not warning you. Seeing that Qing Bao was about to say something else, Xiao Wu, known for her not-so-gentle temper, couldn't bear it any longer. She sprang forward in a swift motion toward Qing Bao. Xiao Wu's speed was fast, closing the 10-meter distance in an instant. She lightly jumped, sending a kick toward Qing Bao's neck. Defense was a strength-type spirit master's strongest trait. Seeing Xiao Wu's seemingly light kick coming at him, the honest Qing Bao didn't dodge. He couldn't have dodged quickly enough even if he wanted to. He thought to himself, this little girl is naive, coming to a spirit fight at such a young age. I'll let her hit a few times, and she'll naturally leave when she's tired. However, just as this thought crossed Qing Bao's mind, the battle had already come to an end. Xiao Wu's kick landed on Qing Bao's thick neck with less force than he had anticipated. Instead of rebounding, her toes hooked around his neck. Simultaneously, she raised her other leg and pushed it against Qing Bao's solid chest. Pink light surged out, and two shining yellow rings appeared around Xiao Wu, proving to all the spectators that she was indeed a great spirit master. From the spectator stands, Tang San saw Xiao Wu's right foot accurately hook around Qing Bao's neck. He smiled faintly and whispered, goodbye. Xiao Wu's first spirit ring skill, Waist Bao, was activated. Qing Bao felt a powerful force simultaneously at his chest and the back of his neck. His entire body was flipped into the air as if he was soaring through clouds. Next, as Xiao Wu landed, she took a running step, jumped up to meet Qing Bao's falling body, and accurately clamped his waist with her legs. Twisting her slender waist, she spun in the air, throwing Qing Bao's body diagonally. He bounced off the protective ropes at the edge of the arena and landed with a dull thud outside the ring. The entire 14th arena fell silent. Not only the spectators, but even the announcer had his mouth wide open. No one expected such a swift end to the battle, especially with the victor being a young girl who looked barely in her teens. The whole process was not only quick but also remarkably graceful, with Xiao Wu's waist bao looking particularly elegant when used on such a large opponent. Qing Bao, who had not even had the chance to release his spirit, found the battle already over. Because of Qing Bao's kindness, Xiao Wu had not used much of her spirit power in her attack. Thanks to his considerable defense, Qingbao managed to get up, albeit shakily. "A little sister, you're really strong." "I lost," Qingbao said honestly. He wasn't foolish. The moment Xiao Wu exerted her strength, he sensed her spirit power far exceeded his own. With his spirit power at level 25, the difference was clear. Coupled with her uncanny technique, he knew he couldn't win even if he gave it his all. Xiao Wu replied with irritation, What little sister? Call me sister Xiao Wu. Haven't you heard that those with ability deserve respect?" Sister Xiao Wu," Qingbao called out obediently, his face flushed, before walking away. In the spectators' stands, Tang San chuckled at Xiao Wu's words. The big sister act was back. Cheers suddenly erupted. A beautiful and powerful young girl had captivated the audience, leading to thunderous applause. Xiao Wu cheerfully waved at the stands. The announcer quickly regained his composure and stepped onto the stage, loudly announcing, The battle spirit master Xiao Wu wins. Her record is 1 win, 0 losses. Qingbao's record is 21 wins, 14 losses. Master Xiao Wu, please proceed to register your points after you leave the stage. The pace of the matches moved swiftly, and the brief excitement of Xiao Wu's match against Qingbao had piqued the audience's interest. But what Tang San and his companions did not expect was that the second match was an internal contest within Shrek Academy. The opponents were Tang San and Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing merely glanced at Tang San before heading to the battle passage. Tang San was about to follow when Dai Mubai stopped him. With an embarrassed expression, Dai Mubai whispered, Brother, take it easy on her." Tang San smiled slightly, nodded at him, and then walked through the battle passage to the stage. With 2 unfamiliar faces, and another beautiful girl no less, the audience was already excited before the battle began. The announcer briefly introduced the names and spirits of both contestants, then signaled for the battle to start. Please," Tang San courteously gestured to Zhu Zhuqing. Give it your all." "I want to see the gap between us," Zhu Zhuqing coldly replied. She had witnessed Tang San's battle with Zhao Wuji and knew she couldn't be his match, but she was eager to understand the extent of their disparity. Unlike the previous match, both combatants released their spirits at the start. Zhu Zhuqing's eyes turned different colors, her left eye dark green and her right eye azure blue. Cute cat ears perked up, and sharp claws extended from her fingers. She crouched, staring coldly at Tang San as if he were her prey. 2 yellow spirit rings appeared around her, exuding a chilling and sharp aura. Similarly colored spirit rings appeared around Tang San, with blue-black vines spreading across the ground like serpents, covering a radius of over 10 meters around him, almost taking up half the stage. Tang San looked at Zhu Zhuqing calmly. He wasn't in a hurry, knowing he had already won. As a control-type spirit master, he naturally countered Zhu Zhuqing's agility type, especially on a stage where her agility couldn't fully shine. This match was over before it even began. Seeing the blue-silver grass spreading towards her, Zhu Zhuqing knew she couldn't wait any longer. She suddenly sprang forward, leaving a trail of afterimages as she charged directly at Tang San. At this moment, all the spectators could clearly see that as Zhu Zhuqing entered the range of the blue-silver grass, it rose up from all directions, forming a giant cage that enveloped both Tang San and Zhu Zhuqing. Zhu Zhuqing's first spirit ring lit up almost simultaneously with Tang San's. Activating her nether spike, Zhu Zhuqing's claws suddenly extended, her body shifted swiftly, and her speed doubled as she darted towards Tang San. Seeing her approach, Tang San made a simple move. He sidestepped. By now, his eyes were covered with a layer of purple light. To others, Zhu Zhuqing's figure might be hard to discern, but with his purple demon eyes, honed by years of hidden weapon practice, how could he not see clearly? With his ghost shadow perplexing track, Tang San's body evaded Zhu Zhuqing's attack at the last moment. Her claws slashed through the air, grazing past Tang San's body. In the next moment, Zhu Zhuqing had no chance to activate her second spirit ring skill. The blue-silver grass, which had been waiting, swiftly entangled her just as her momentum ceased. The first spirit ring skill of the blue-silver grass, binding, was activated. Numerous blue-silver grass vines securely bound Zhu Zhuqing. Tang San, considering they were on the same team, did not activate the poisonous thorns on the blue-silver grass, merely binding her. However, the paralyzing effect of the first spirit ring still caused Zhu Zhuqing's spirit power to drop instantly, ending the battle within moments. Control type counters agility type. Your attacks are insufficient to break through my spirit control, Tang San said gently as he released the blue-silver grass. Zhu Zhuqing remained as cold as ever, though Tang San understood her. She too realized it. She hadn't expected Tang San to win so effortlessly. Now she completely understood why Tang San could contend with Zhao Wuji for so long. It wasn't just his skill with hidden weapons, his timing in battle was equally formidable. She had no chance against him. I lost, she stated simply, then quickly turned and left the stage as fast as she had arrived. Of course, this didn't necessarily mean Tang San was stronger than Zhu Zhuqing. Agility-type spirit masters were meant to operate from the shadows, excelling at ambushes, assassinations, and reconnaissance. Such head-to-head battles in the arena were inherently unfair to them. In a complex terrain, Tang San would not find it so easy to defeat Zhu Zhuqing. When Tang San walked out of the Spirit Master Passage, Xiao Wu was waiting for him. After a quick points registration, they did not return to the one-on-one Spirit Master stands. They had a two-on-two battle to prepare for. The draw was already complete. After inquiring, Tang San learned that he and Xiao Wu had 2 more matches before their turn, so they opted not to watch the ongoing battles. Despite the previous quick matches, there had been some spirit power consumption. They rested briefly in the preparation area. The 2-on-2 battles seemed to take longer than the 1-on-1 matches. By the time it was their turn, both had fully recovered their spirit power. Walking through the Spirit Master Passage to the arena, Tang San quickly surveyed their surroundings. The 2-on-2 spectator seats were at least half full, showing more interest than the 1-on-1 matches. Their opponents were already waiting on the stage. The 2-on-2 arena was twice as large as the 1-on-1 arena, providing more space for the increased number of spirit masters. At this moment, the host was announcing the pairs of spirit masters. For the 5th 2-on-2 match, we have the Iron Blood combination versus the 3-5 combination. As soon as they stepped onto the stage, Xiao Wu couldn't help but mutter, why is it always power-type battle spirit masters? Can't we have something new? Tang San and Xiao Wu's opponents were 2 young men, about 18 or 19 years old, with similar appearances. Leopard-headed, round-eyed, and as muscular as the previous Minotaur Spirit Master. Though not bare-chested, their exposed, muscular arms showcased their strength. The Iron Blood combination couldn't believe their eyes when they saw their opponents were 2 kids. They rubbed their eyes in disbelief. The host was also momentarily stunned but continued, knowing that the presence on this stage implied the appropriate spirit rank. It seems our 3-5 combination is truly young and promising. Let the match begin. The surprise on the Iron Blood combination brothers' faces was brief. They quickly regained their composure, moving back a step simultaneously with a steady retreat. They emitted a low roar in unison, moving as one entity. Intense gray light surged from their right hands, and identical weapons appeared in their grips. Seeing these weapons, Tang San was momentarily taken aback, as the weapons in their hands were all too familiar to him. They were forging hammers he frequently used in the blacksmith shop. However, the forging hammers in the Iron Blood combination's hands were different from his usual ones. They were larger and covered in intricate patterns, each with 2 yellow century spirit beast rings pulsating on them. These were battle spirit masters with tool spirits. Though also power type, Tang San and Xiao Wu quickly discerned that these 2 were different from Xiao Wu's previous 1-on-1 opponent. Most importantly, these two clearly had rich combat experience, remaining vigilant despite their young opponents. The man on the left said, "Ye, my name is Iron Dragon." The man on the right said, "Ye, my name is Iron Tiger." In unison, they shouted, "Ye, be careful." Tool spirit weapons might not change the appearance of a spirit master, but when two burly men shouted simultaneously, they exuded an overwhelming pressure. They moved in near-perfect unison, charging towards Tang San and Xiao Wu like a thunderbolt, their hammers raised high. Xiao Wu lightly tapped the ground with her toes, her body rising gracefully. Tang San lifted her by the foot, and she balanced on one foot on his right shoulder in a golden rooster stance. Having been together for years, their coordination was flawless. As Xiao Wu perched on Tang San's shoulder, she completed her rabbit spirit possession, her sharp gaze locked onto the rapidly approaching opponents. The moment they showed a flaw, she would leap down to unleash her soft skill. Blue-black blue-silver grass surged forth, transforming into countless vines rushing towards the iron-blood combination brothers. With similar levels, once entangled by the blue-silver grass, they wouldn't have a chance to break free. This was the strength of a control-type spirit. The Iron Brothers remained unflustered. As dozens of blue-silver grass vines approached, they swung their hammers. The enormous hammers seemed weightless in their hands, forming a barrier as they swung. Through observation, Tang San noticed their hammer technique was somewhat similar to his disorder-splitting wind hammer method, though their rhythm wasn't as coordinated, and their power wasn't as intense. However, their speed was greater. The first spirit rings on Iron Dragon and Iron Tiger lit up simultaneously. As the blue-silver grass approached their hammer range, attempting to wrap around them, the hammers deflected them. Beyond the hammer's physical strength, a special vibration force lifted the blue-silver grass. The vibration was the first spirit ring skill of the Iron Brothers, effectively nullifying the control of the blue-silver grass. One on the left and one on the right, they swung their hammers, protecting themselves as they advanced rapidly, soon nearing Tang San and Xiao Wu. "E up, E!" Tang San shouted, lifting Xiao Wu into the air towards the brothers' rear. He himself dashed forward with ghost shadow perplexing track, his eyes glowing purple, and both hands raised. With inner strength infused into his hands, his white jade-like palms simultaneously struck towards the brothers. Tang San slid forward, his hand circling around the hammers instead of confronting them directly, gently pressing the hammer sides and creating a slight gap between the brothers. He seized this moment to slip through. The hammers whistled, flapping Tang San's clothes, but not hitting him. Controlling Crane Capturing Dragon, used for controlling hidden weapons, was equally effective here. Tang San had just employed its subtlety to divert force with minimal effort. Due to this redirection, the Iron Brothers' tight defense showed a brief gap, allowing the blue-silver grass to attempt a breakthrough. However, the experienced brothers quickly turned, deflecting the blue-silver grass again. Tool spirits excel in their versatility. Although they don't enhance the user's abilities directly, their inherent capabilities are formidable. The first spirit ring's vibration effect on their hammers didn't require direct contact. Any blue-silver grass within a foot of the hammers was deflected, preventing it from wrapping. As Tang San slipped through their defenses, Xiao Wu descended, landing on his shoulder again in the same stance. Xiao San, finish them, Xiao Wu giggled. She knew the intricacies of Tang San's blue-silver grass spirit well. As Xiao Wu spoke, Tang San's second spirit ring flashed. The Iron Brothers froze momentarily, as blue-black vines began sprouting from them, the second skill of the blue-silver grass, parasitism. Indeed, their hammer technique provided tight defense, but not impenetrable. Under Tang San's control, the blue-silver grass seeds had been scattered, especially when Tang San's previous maneuver created a brief opening. Though not many seeds had parasitized, it was enough to briefly restrain them, allowing the outer blue-silver grass to activate its binding skill. Feeling the paralysis from the parasitic blue-silver grass and seeing more vines rushing towards them, the Iron Brothers exchanged a glance and roared. Before the parasitic vines fully restrained them, they swung their hammers, spinning rapidly. Their second spirit rings lit up, and they hurled their hammers at Tang San and Xiao Wu. The hammers flew with a sharp whistle, distorting the air slightly, their size doubling under a gray glow, projecting a terrifying power even before impact. The Iron Brothers' second spirit ring skill, desperate gamble. Tang San realized the danger and quickly lifted Xiao Wu into the air, himself dodging sideways with ghost shadow perplexing track.